Why does your brain trick you into putting things off? It sounds strange, but you live it every day. You sit down to study or to finally get some work done, and suddenly you remember you should clean your room first. Or you tell yourself, let me just check my phone for 1 minute. But that 1 minute turns into hours, the day ends, and you've achieved nothing. Is this laziness? Number. It's actually a hidden trick your brain plays on you. A trick that makes you trade the most important tasks for short bursts of pleasure that silently destroy your time. And in this video, I'll show you the psychological secret behind procrastination. And more importantly, I'll give you 4 practical strategies that can help you break free starting today. Stay until the end, because the last one is so powerful it could change how you work forever. Imagine a young man named Kevin. From the morning, he says to himself, today everything changes. I'm finally going to get work done. He sits at his desk, opens his book, grabs his pen, and then he thinks, wait, let me make my bed first. Then he feels thirsty, so he gets up for water. On the way, he spots his phone. One quick scroll won't hurt. Minutes turn into half an hour of messages, reels, and random clips. When he finally comes back to his desk, he feels strangely tired, as if he'd been productive. But he hasn't written a single line. By night, he's staring at himself, frustrated. Why do I do this? I'm not lazy. I know this is wrong. But I just can't start. Sound familiar? Waleed isn't an exception. Every one of us has lived this same moment. So if we all know procrastination ruins our time, why does the brain push us to avoid starting? Here's the science. Your brain doesn't like facing psychological pain, not physical pain, emotional pain. Every big or difficult task comes with heavy feelings. Fear of failure, boredom, pressure that you might not be good enough. To your brain, those emotions feel like a threat. So instead of facing them head-on, your brain whispers, not now. Let's do something easier, more fun. This is how your brain's reward system works. It prefers quick, small pleasures, scrolling, sipping coffee, watching a video, over tackling a task that might trigger stress. Scientists call this present bias. Your brain chooses comfort now, even if it destroys your future later. It's like having a child inside you who only sees the moment, fighting with an adult who knows what you should be doing. And too often the child wins. That's why procrastination isn't laziness. It's a defense mechanism. Your brain thinks it's protecting you from stress, but in reality it's stealing your time and your life. Here's how the trap works. 1. You feel anxious about the task. 2. You procrastinate. 3. You get short-term relief. 4. Relief turns into guilt. 5. Guilt creates more anxiety. 6. Which leads you back to procrastination. A never-ending loop. It's like your brain is a security guard who sees a shadow and panics, turns on the alarm even though it's just a tree. By exaggerating the danger of the task, your brain convinces you to avoid it. And that's how days disappear, until you feel trapped inside your own mind. Okay, now let's break this cycle with 4 effective strategies. 1. The 5-second rule. Imagine you're in bed and your alarm rings. Your brain says 5 more minutes. If you let that inner dialogue continue, you've already lost. But if you move before the excuses form, you win. That's the 5-second rule. The moment you feel resistance, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take action. Thinking of studying? Grab the book on 1. Thinking of working out? Put on your shoes on 1. Why does it work? Because the brain only needs a few seconds to invent excuses. If you act before then, there's no room for them. 2. Shrink the task. Your brain avoids tasks because it sees them as mountains. The trick is to break the mountain into pebbles. Tell yourself, I'll just work for 1 minute. Read 1 paragraph. Write 1 sentence. Open the file, like starting a car engine. Once it's running, it's easier to keep going. Walid, for example, failed when he tried to study a whole chapter. But when he told himself, just 1 paragraph, he often ended up finishing pages. 3. The Pomodoro game. One of procrastination's biggest lies is Ahmad. You need to work for hours. That lie makes you run away before you start. Instead, set a timer for 25 minutes. Work only that long, then give yourself 5 minutes to rest. This is the Pomodoro technique. It tricks your brain into accepting the challenge because it feels short. But here's the magic. When the timer ends, you'll often want to keep going. Even top companies and programmers use this because it trains focus in bursts without burnout. 4. The black box technique. And here's the final, most powerful strategy. In intelligence training, there was a test called the black box. A soldier would sit in a small, dark room knowing only that a camera was watching. That's it. No orders, no tasks. Just the awareness of being observed. And something amazing happened. Once they felt watched, they worked harder, focused more, and took things seriously. Why? Because humans hate slacking off when they feel seen. You can hack this too. Record yourself with your phone while working. Imagine you're in a competition with an audience watching. Pretend your future self is looking over your shoulder. Your brain, even if it knows it's pretend, takes it seriously. Suddenly, the boring task becomes a challenge. Now imagine trying just one of these strategies. The day that used to vanish into procrastination starts filling with small, real achievements. That heavy feeling in your chest turns into momentum. Each little win retrains your brain to link work, not with stress, but with pride. And this is the real transformation. It's not just about beating procrastination. It's about rebuilding trust with yourself, proving that you can take control of your life. Ask yourself, what would your future look like if you replaced every wasted hour with an hour of progress? How many projects would finally become reality? How many forgotten dreams would restart? Now you know why your brain tricks you, and you have the tools to break the loop. The choice is yours. Stay stuck in the same old cycle, or start today with one of these strategies. And I want to hear from you. Which strategy hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else fighting the same battle. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and subscribe, because what's coming next dives even deeper into the secrets of psychology and could completely change the way you see yourself and your life.